Okay, so we got the video all edited, and now let's just dive into it. So we got the whole setup here. We got three items: Raspberry Pi, relay switch, and the door lock, and the PS4 controller, obviously. So as you can see, the Raspberry Pi is able to sense any button presses on the controller. With that, we connect it to a relay switch, and thus we're able to control electricity, power on and off, and then we just hook up a door lock. And here I'm pressing the X and square button, and that is coded so that it can control the door lock. So here we're just going to start with some jumper wires and the solenoid door lock, and then we also have a kind of it's not a normal power adapter, and here I'm trying to get a close-up of the door lock, but it's not auto-focusing. But anyways, the door lock does have a positive and negative wire, and the jumper wires I'm using are male to male, so just make sure you kind of understand that difference. And also, don't worry about the colors. They come in all sorts of colors, so just remember which one's positive and negative. And then we have the adapter here, which has a positive and negative I guess input sides. So right there, it's negative and positive, and you just screw in the jumper wires in there. So make sure you know which one's positive, which one's negative. And that adapter goes on the end of the cable right there. So right now I'm just going to plug it in and make sure it's not in the way and off to the side. So you see it just slides on the end right there. So it's not most power cables aren't going to come with this adapter setup, so you kind of have to buy a specific one. But once you get that all set up, then you just take your jumper wires, make sure you know which one's positive and negative, that way you don't short out anything. So here you just slide them in, and there's a screw on the top of this, so you just screw it down and it locks it in place. And it can get annoying because you have to make sure they don't slide out while you're screwing them in. But again, make sure you know which one's positive and which one's negative. And here I just take this little screwdriver and screw them in. You don't need any special screwdrivers or anything. So yeah, just make sure you know which one's positive and negative. Get them nice and separated. And right now this is plugged in to the wall outlet. So you'll see here I just remember which one's positive or negative, because you have to set up the negative first into the solenoid. So make sure you're doing negative to negative or positive to positive. Either way works actually. And then just once you get one of them in, once you get both of them in, the lock should unlock. Yeah, see, unlock, lock, unlock, lock. So that's just kind of a simple display of how the door lock itself works. So just with power. And now we're going to set up the relay switch. These are jumper wires. Don't worry about the colors. Just worry about remembering which one goes where, which is why they're colored. It helps a lot. So I guess worry about the colors. But we have the jumper wires that are both ends are female. So. And then another important thing to remember is the normally open, normally closed, and common pins. So on the relay switch, in the direction we're looking at it, it's going to be, for K1 for example, the middle one is the common pin, and then in the direction we're looking at it, the one on the right of that is the normally open, and then the one on the left is the normally closed. So I'll leave a picture with some kind of sketch on it for a description or something, or you could just head over to the website to kind of get more of a written example of this whole procedure. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and hook up the jumper wires, and when you're finished doing that, it should look something like this. Okay, so once you got that set up, you just gotta use the GPIO pins on the Raspberry Pi, and so from the power outlet, you're gonna put the positive wire to the K1 normally open, and then the positive wire from the relay switch, the positive wire from the door lock to the common pin on K1, and then you're just gonna there's like I'll put some text just so you guys know which pins to use on the Raspberry Pi, but anyways, after you get that all done, that should be it, and you should be good to go. As long as you download the GitHub repository, you should be good. So that's pretty much it.